Hello, all. Welcome to BCCA. This is Mani Deep. So today our topic is about what is this ABC first of all. So is this really reliable? How the A category is picked, how the B category is picked, how the C category is picked. So I'm gonna give you an overview of how the ABC analysis will be made. So this ABC can be made actually on your own, which would be much more helpful, but quite a few students doesn't know or doesn't have so much of time to do that analysis. So from BCCA side, we are coming up with the ABC analysis for all the CMA inter subjects and all the CMA final subjects. From tomorrow, they are going to be uploaded. So before that, I'm going to give what is called A, what is called B, and what is called C. How this A, B, C will be picked generally. So I'm going to give a overview of this ABC analysis. So see here, the first category, A category. So how this A category is picked out of the syllabus quantity wise. I mean based on the number of pages, voluminous, based on the quantity wise, 40 to 45 percentage of the topics. But they are really gonna weightage, the weightage or the weigh for around 70 marks. So these kind of chapters are picked in the A category. Okay, so these chapters are generally easy to understand. Okay, there may be a regular question from these topics in general, and even the questions are also the plain questions, not much tricky generally. So these kind of chapters will generally pick as A category. I mean concepts or topics are the chapters. Next, coming to B category. So B category around covers around some the 25 to 30 percentage of the syllabus. Here also the marks will be around 30 to 35 marks here also. How these chapters are picked means these chapters are quite lengthy maybe, okay, but they are easy to understand. We can do properly, okay, and these are actually important even for the overall flow of the subject or for the conceptual understanding as well. Okay, there may not be a regular question from this topic. I mean, in general, the examiner will not ask every attempt a question from this, but in every alternative attempt, there may be a question from this. So these kind of areas will be picked for B category. Now coming to the C category. So C category chapters are generally we cannot say like there will be a question from these topics. In rare circumstances only there may be asking questions from this. So there is no proper trend of asking questions from these topics, and these are generally tricky. Okay, from the student perspective, majority of students generally feel like these chapters are little tricky, like they may be consuming more time in preparation or in revising. So these kind of chapters, and also they'll be having less weightage. The volume will be more, but the weightage will be less. So these kind of chapters will be categorized and will be picked for the C category. Now let us understand what would be our approach for the ABC. So if you could see the ABC, so ABC given here now. So you could see ABC. So what should be our approach for A category? We should be having a thorough understanding of each and every concept line from the topics. Okay. So again, we cannot do selective study for the A category chapters or the topics. So from the beginning itself, at the overall perspective itself, we are segregating. Why we are segregating ABC? Just because to the focus, where we should focus more, where we should work more. For that only we are doing ABC. So again from the A category chapters, we cannot do selective study. So for A category topics or the chapters, we should have a cumulative, okay, we should be having a thorough understanding of these topics and almost zero tolerance. I mean, we shouldn't give a chance for doing wrong. I mean, we don't have the error, okay, the margin of error in these topics. We should definitely do those problems perfectly. So to do perfectly, what is required, sir? Every problem, almost every problem has to be practiced on paper. You cannot just simply rely on the workbook which is having solutions. You cannot just read over the problems and all. You have to try each and every solution for the A category topics. Now coming to the B category. So B category chapters and concepts, we should have proper understanding of the concept, how the sum has to be solved, how the concepts are there. So that proper understanding has to be there. But coming to the workbook or the problematic part, you may not solve all the questions. Just keep on focusing on trying a question from each model. Okay, that alone, like some selective questions, if you practice also, then B category is enough. Now coming to the C category. So C category, we are gonna just give a newspaper reading. If no time means or if time does not permit, means we'll even try to skip these areas. Okay, so quite a few students may come and ask me like, how could you say like that we could skip some concepts in the exam? These are professional courses. Yes, I'm not saying like you shouldn't know the topic, you should completely ignore those topics. What I'm saying is this is the strategy for preparation, not at the time of listening classes. For listening classes, we will listen the C category chapters as well. We have the basic knowledge about these C category chapters as well. But at the time of preparation, it is not the time is not sufficient to cover the 100% of syllabus. This you should understand first. Is it really enough to cover the 100% of the syllabus? Because if you are a student writing both groups, hardly you are having 18 to 20 hours from exam to exam. In the 20 hours only, you should sleep, you should go to the exam center, come from the exam centers, eat. So everything, if you go remove, means you'll be having hardly 12 to 13 hours. So it's not easy to cover everything. Okay, so that's why from the beginning itself I'm saying, okay, if you cannot read something on the day before exam, how could you try it in the exam? So it's of pointless, no? So that's why we are relying, so we are fixing our mind, we are relying our targets, we are keeping our targets from the beginning itself. So if it is a C category kind of chapter, from first of all, okay, from the preparation onwards, we'll have less focus on them, because I already said the concepts are going to be little tricky. Even the examiner trend also will generally, it's not predictable. So the chances of doing some wrong in the exams are also high from these topics. So that's why I'm saying this. Go for a newspaper reading. Newspaper reading means we'll not do in depth, but we'll have a overall picture of the concept. That's it. We'll not go deeper into that, and every line, every sentence we are not going to understand it so much clear. Just give a newspaper reading. And if my personal suggestion or what I would do means, if I don't have time means I'll completely skip those C category of topics, and I personally think it's not going to affect you also. You're going to understand that also in the coming slide. So if you see in CMA Inter or CMA Final, the total weightage is for how many marks, sir? 128 marks. I said in the first slide itself how ABC weightage are going to be there. If you see A category, around 70 marks are going to be covered. Out of this 70 marks, or I already said, every line, every concept we should prepare from the A category topics. There we don't have the chance of doing an error or doing a mistake. So the margin of error should be very low. So what I would say means the strike rate should be minimum of 80%. That means out of 70 marks you attempted, minimum of 80% of the marks you should secure. Some questions actually you should get cent marks. Okay, for the 14 marks question you should almost get 13 marks. So that kind of practice is needed for the A category chapters. Now coming to the B category chapters. So B category chapters are of like the average kind of preparation did questions. Okay, so in this question we try to attempt, but our answer may not be perfect. Sir, if it is not perfect, answer will not get marks. So understand again, guys. We are having stepwise markings. So at least few steps if you're gonna do right, or if it is a theory question, we may not have the standard words from the in the answer. But overall, general, we know the concept. We know whether it is right or wrong, whether it is correct or incorrect. So based on that, we'll write an answer. Our answer writing may not be standard, I mean may not be having the standard words, but generalized, the meaning may be communicated. Okay, so for this type of answer generally we'll get 50% of marks. I mean for a 4 marks question we used to get 2 marks. So such kind of things. Okay, so on this we'll be getting how much? 50% of the marks. So coming to the C category, what I would say means, since we are having 128 marks paper, 28 marks extra choice we are having. Okay, so that 28 marks choice is there now. So we should try to skip the C category questions. I mean the C category will go on the choice major. But I also know this point. What point, sir? What if A category question is there, and in the same question sub question is C category question? Yes, in that cases the C category question will just try to attempt based on the newspaper reading or knowledge we have. The other part we are completely skipping that. So I'm saying that out of 128 marks, the maximum 100 marks we should attempt, but removing this C category also, quite a few questions will go in choice, but one or two questions may come in the A and B mixed kind of question. So let us take it like the attempted marks is only for 90 marks because C is going now. It is also coming in the A category part. That's why. So let us take it as like we are attempting only for 90 marks. Out of 90, 60 you will be attempting from what? A category. 30 you will be attempting from what? B category. So what I am saying, from A category, our strike rate should be so high that at least 80%. So 6 8s are 48 marks. 48 to 50 marks will come from the A category only. Okay, if your preparation is like so much, okay, it should be like error free in the A category. So the A category itself will give you the confidence like you're gonna clear this time. Okay, now B category. B category is the game changer which pushes you to the exemption, which gives you the comfort for the other exams as well. So if in B 30 marks, if you try to get another 15 to 16 marks, means your marks will be around more than 60 to 63. That kind of marks you are gonna get. Okay, so again, if you are a inter student and if you are a first attempt student, you might be thinking like, so what sir you're talking about 60, 65? Okay, so it is CMA, it's a professional exam. So here getting 65 and 70s is a good score. Okay, if your overall percentage is 65 to 70 percentage, you're gonna get an all India rank. So understand this. If you're getting 65 and 70s means you're doing so good. Okay, so this is the right kind of approach what we feel. Okay, so how we do ABC analysis, sir? So you are saying so much. Okay, we understand that. So as a student, as an inter student or even a final student, how could we know which is of A, which is of B, which is of C? How much understanding has to be done, how much research has to be done? You might be thinking now, yes, BCCA is coming up with ABC analysis video for each and every subject. Okay, they are going to be uploaded from tomorrow. One day it will be for CMA Inter and one day it will be for CMA Final. We are going to give the ABC analysis videos for all the subjects. So, and once again saying, sir, these ABC analysis videos are prepared by the faculties based on the general approach. I mean, considering the majority of students in a classroom. But there may be this particular strategy may not be suitable for one kind of students. Then what you should do? You should make some alterations to the ABC which is given by us. Okay, so you can customize these also according to your situation or according to your favorite areas or favorite concepts. So little adjustments can also be done. Okay, so this is going to be very much helpful. Subscribe to BCCA and follow the ABC analysis videos which are going to be uploaded from tomorrow. Thank you all.